I've been facilitating mindful eating classes for over 7 years now in the clinical setting, and having served hundreds of people, while I don't claim to be an expert because there's always more for me to learn, I have learned a few things, and I've discovered that it is a shift in our mindset that sets in place the consistency that is possible when it comes to sticking to our health goals. So often we get excited only to find ourselves back in our old ways, stuck in the same mud, lacking the follow through we thought we would nail this time. I've discovered over the years that we have to change some of our fundamental thinking, also known as a mindset shift, to address and change a specific conversation or inner dialogue we often have with ourselves. And that's what needs to change. And that's what I want to share with you today. And I believe that mindfulness and presence, when we make choices, is critical to maintaining our health. And as a nutritionist, I also know that the more you know about your body and how it works, that helps too, because that helps make your inner dialogue more savvy and scientific. The best aspect about this shift is that when we give our food the attention it deserves and using our God-given senses to truly take pleasure in each bite that literally becomes us, we can feel more satisfaction from foods that truly nourish our body rather than foods that, quite frankly, can cause us harm. There comes a point or a wake-up call where our habits need to change. For some of us, it's because maybe nothing is fitting anymore, or it could be a diagnosis, a new medication we want to avoid, or because we don't want to get the same diagnosis that our elders are getting. We either hear this as a whisper in our ear, or our body tells us with a megaphone. My name is Mary Sheila Ganella, and I'm a board-certified holistic nutritionist and Ayurvedic practitioner. And I've been studying, learning, and geeking out on how the body works and how food meets your physiology for over 13 years. The science is one thing, but the emotional and physiological aspect of our complicated relationship with food can often sabotage our health goals. And while it's complicated, I've learned along the way from my students and clients that it takes a holistic approach to begin to untangle and rewire the patterns and behaviors that happen when we suddenly realize we're once again sabotaging our health goals. We have to reestablish new patterns and behaviors, and that is one of the hardest things to do. I have a hard job talking nutrition and helping people to change, but I've seen people transform their health when they have this mindset shift because they're the ones that are doing the heavy lifting when it comes to making change. I'll be teaching a whole masterclass on mindfulness and mindful eating that you can sign up for below and get instant access to, along with recipes, handouts, and a live Q&A with me and my Vitality community if you sign up for the class, and you can learn about that more below. I believe mindfulness is the gateway to transforming your relationship with your food and your health, especially today in the ADD world we are currently living in, with so many mediums and screens vying for our attention, and knowing that this is not your first rodeo, diet, or the first time you've tried to make changes and reverted back to your old ways. What has been the missing link? Mindfulness can help you to prioritize and truly own your health care so you can choose to do what's best for your body while truly loving the foods that you're eating and making it easier to let go of the addictive processed foods that showed up because of our emotional and physiological hold that they have on you. And I know each of us has a very complicated and different story when it comes to this relationship. While I'll be sharing more practical tools and some new ways of thinking about mindfulness, the same tools I've shared with some of my clients in the mindful eating group that have led to thousands of pounds of weight loss and improved health, I want to share this first foundational shift you can begin to adopt today. This mindset shift is to go deeper than weight loss, to truly acknowledge why and how you want to feel better and make your choices from this place, not from a disempowered place of an old story of, I just don't have the willpower or I always fail kind of a place. I get that, but that's not serving you. When we know our why and we can create a little space before We make a choice, which is what I like to call mindfulness in action, and our choice comes from acknowledging our deeper why. We can begin to see things differently. Let's say my goal is weight loss and I am eating pretty well all day, but then that dreaded 4 p.m. comes up and I know there's some cookies in the cupboard that I bought for the kids. I might say, oh, if I eat the cookies, then I won't eat as much at dinner, or maybe I won't eat any dinner, or I'll go for a walk later. If you're just counting calories and your goal is just weight loss, then that might work out, but you're still eating sugar. And if your extra weight is around the middle, then that's not going to change or help your prediabetes or diabetes. And sugar's not going to help with your inflammation or your sleep, and I could go on and on. But if my goal is deeper than weight loss, let's say it's to lower my blood sugar because my doctor has been on me, wants to start me on a medication, or I really want to have more energy, or I want to start sleeping better, and I want to feel stronger in my body. I want to be there to meet my grandkids someday. I got travel plans. In that moment, mindfulness in action, how is that cookie going to make me feel? More tired after the buzz wears off? Am I going to scale back on dinner and then be hungry for another snack after dinner? And if so, what will I choose? Probably something sweet, knowing me. When I have a deeper reason why, when you have a deeper reason why, you'll begin to make another choice. For example, I've learned that in the afternoon, when I am hungry, a savory, salty snack that is rich in fat will absolutely satisfy my cravings and nourish my adrenals, like a few walnuts or pecans with a few olives and some sliced pickles. It's like a little umami party in my mouth. I also know that snack, it's not going to spike my blood sugar and insulin, because what I do know, here's where the nutrition comes in, is here's the science that's having its say, and that's part of my inner dialogue. It's nearly impossible for me to lose weight when my insulin is elevated. So those two snacks are going to act completely different in my body. So the shift you have to make is to take the time to say or write out your why. Why is your health important to you? Are you waiting for your body to pull out the megaphone, or can you hear its whispers? We all have whispering going on because our bodies are always striving for balance and always talking to us. Mindfulness is another word for self-care and paying attention to what works well for us. Here's a personal example. We have some lovely neighbors who are excellent cooks. When they invite us to dinner, we rearrange our schedule to say yes. It's that delicious. After a fantastic meal, sometimes they break out desserts. I could eat them, but if I take a moment and think about my why, which part of it is that I want to feel vital and energized, I pause. I take a moment and I check in with myself, mindfulness in action, and think about how I want to feel. I know that the sugar I could eat from experience will A, make me too full, B, the combination of sugar and the fullness will most likely make it so that I have a bad night's sleep and I will not feel vital and energized the next day, which is usually my day off. If I can take the moment and also remind myself, I'm an adult, I can have dessert anytime I want, but I'm going to pass now because of my why and how I want to feel. It makes it easier for me to say no thank you, I just don't have room for dessert tonight. If it was just weight loss, my inner dialogue would probably say very sassily, well, tomorrow I'll get up and go for a run, or I'll skip breakfast, which is a totally different conversation. We have to own and give space to our choices while also intimately getting to know our why. In the masterclass, I will help you identify the principles of mindful eating and how to apply them, because honestly, we have to repattern and rewire ourselves to achieve that mindfulness when it comes to food, because we have been so programmed with the processed food choices that are available to us. I have more inspiring stories and techniques to support you in creating some specific shifts toward mindfulness to support you along your health journey. Wherever you are on your path, let me support you on this part of your journey. This class is a part of my Vitality Club, a year-long membership group, and I feel confident that you will be able to apply what I teach you in this masterclass to your own life and be inspired by our Vitality community members on the live Q&A call. Plus, you have an opportunity to ask your questions on the call or send them in to me and I'll answer them, and you'll get the replay, and you'll also become a member of our Facebook group. I'd love for you to be like my clients who've applied the principle of mindful eating and have stopped craving sugar and have cleared up digestive issues and truly feel more in control of their lives, their time, and their energy because of this shift, and more that I will teach you in the class. Check it out. I'd love to have you, and I'll see you on the inside. And post any questions below if you have them. I'd be happy to see what this inspired in you. Thanks so much.